Good morning everyone. Once again I welcomes you all in this online session of Principles of Database. Till now you all learned about different concepts like what is data, information, different examples of data and information. What is database, typical file system, database management system, different functions of database management system, few popular examples of database management system softwares, and most important is file processing system versus database management system. And today let's start with the types of database. Over the years, as technology and innovative uses of databases have involved, different methods have been used to classify databases. For example, databases can be classified by the number of users supported, where the data are located, and the type of data stored, the intended data usage, which data model used, and the degree to which the data are structured. On this basis, databases are classified. Here I am presenting different types of database. First one is single user database. Next one is multi-user database, workgroup database, enterprise database, centralized database, distributed database, operational database, general purpose and specific purpose database, data processing database. This is called as a non-SQL database or not only SQL database. Embedded database, parallel database, and the last one is database according to data models. In this type, again there are subtypes, that is hierarchical database, network database, relational database, and object-oriented database, and last one is an object relational database. Now have a look on details of each type of database. First one is single user database. This type of database resides on only one computer or a single computer, and it is accessible by only one user at a time. The user may organize, design, maintain, and write programs for accessing and manipulating the database according to the requirements. A single user database that runs on personal computer, that's why it is also called as a desktop database. The next one type is multi-user database. Unlike the single user database, multi-user database supports multiple users at the same time. Next, workgroup database. Workgroup database is used within an organization for specific department, that is where the number of users are less than 40 to 50. At that place, workgroup database is used. Now what is enterprise database? Enterprise database is nothing but when the database is used by the entire organization and supports many users, that is more than 100 users across many departments. Such type of database is called as a enterprise database. An enterprise database is used by large organizations or enterprises for managing huge amount of data. It helps organizations to increase and improve their efficiency. Next one is centralized database. What is centralized database? As the name shows, the centralized databases stores information and application programs at the central place where the users from different locations can access this data. This type of database contains application procedures that help the users to access the data even from a remote location. There are various kinds of authentication procedures are applied for the verification and validation of end users. Likewise, for example, a registration number is provided by the application procedures which keeps a track and record of data usage. The local area offices handles this thing. There are various advantages and disadvantages of centralized database. The advantage is it has decreased the risk of data management. That is, manipulation of data will not affect the core data. Next one advantage is data consistency is maintained as it manages data in a central repository. Next one is it provides better data quality which enables organizations to establish data standards. And last one is it is less costly because fewer vendors are required to handle the data sets. Likewise, there are some disadvantages of centralized database, like the size of centralized database is large. It is not easy to update such an extensive database system. If any server failure occurs, entire data will be lost, which could be a huge loss. The next one database is distributed database. Just opposite of the centralized database concept, the distributed databases has contributions from the common database as well as the information captured by local computers also. The data in the distributed database is not at one place and is distributed at various sites of an organization. These sites are connected to each other with the help of communication links, which helps them to access the distributed data easily. Distributed databases are of two kinds. First one is homogeneous database and second one is heterogeneous distributed database. Now we will see what is homogeneous distributed database and what is heterogeneous distributed database. First, homogeneous distributed database systems which execute on the same operating system and use the same application process and carry the same hardware devices. And second type is heterogeneous distributed database. Those database systems which execute on different operating systems under different application procedures and carries different hardware devices. In short, homogeneous means same operating system, same application process and same hardware devices. And heterogeneous, it is exactly opposite to the homogeneous. Different operating systems, different application procedures and different hardware devices. The next one is operational database. Information related to operations of an enterprise is stored inside this database. Such kind of database is generally organized on functional lines like marketing, production, employees, customer service, etc. Operational database is creating and updating the database in real time. It is basically designed for executing and handling the daily data operations in several businesses. For example, a company may use an operational database to keep track of quantity of different products in a warehouse. Similarly, another example is in the online web store, such databases may be used to view the quantity of stock sold. The operational database works as a source for data warehouse. It can be SQL based and not only SQL based. Operational database management system is also referred as online transaction processing database. The question is asked like explain online transaction processing database, then you can answer the operational database, because operational database is also called as a online transaction processing database, because an organization uses operational databases for managing per day transactions. The next one database is general purpose and specific purpose database. The database is of general purpose if it stores various form of data as defined by its constituent data files, and the database is called as a specific purpose if it is configured to store data of a specific type. Next one is data processing database. This type of database is mainly depend on nature of processing. That is, a database may also be classified on the nature of processing for which it has been configured. That is called as a data processing database. From these perspectives, two broad categories are online transaction processing databases and data warehouses. Next, this is called as a non-SQL databases or not only SQL databases. This is a type of database that is used for storing wide range of data sets. Non-SQL databases are non-relational database and provide storage mechanism other than tabular format. That is, it is not a relational database as it stores data not only in tabular form but in several different ways. There are some big data performance issues which are effectively handled by relational databases. Such kind of issues are easily managed by non-SQL databases. They are very efficient in analyzing large size unstructured data that may be stored at multiple virtual servers of the cloud. The non-SQL database came into existence when the demand for building modern applications increased. The next one database type is embedded database. It means that if your application is running in container or server, the database will also be present in the same place. That is, if the database is present at the same place, is called as an embedded database. It is a technology in which database management solutions are built into an application that provided as a standalone tools. Next, parallel database. What is parallel database? Companies need to handle huge amount of data with high data transfer rate. The client server and centralized system is not much efficient. The need to improve the efficiency And here is the birth of the concept of parallel database. Parallel database system improves performance of the data processing using multiple resources in parallel, like multiple CPU and disk are used parallelly. It also performs many parallelization operations like data loading and query processing. That is, in short, if you need to improve the efficiency, then you will use a parallel database. And the last one is database according to data models. Depending on the data model they use, the database can be classified as hierarchical database, network database, relational database, an object-oriented database, and an object relational database. First one is hierarchical database. In a hierarchical database management system model, data is stored in a parent-child relationship node. In a hierarchical database, besides actual data, records also contain information about their groups of parent and child relationships. In this model, data is organized into a tree-like structure. The data is stored in the form of collection of fields where each field contains only one value. The records are linked to each other via links into a parent-child relationship. In a hierarchical database model, each child record has only one parent, and a parent can have multiple children. To retrieve a field's data, we need to traverse through each tree until the record is found. In short, hierarchical database model is nothing but it is a parent-children relationship node. Data organization is done in tree-like structure and the links are used to store the data. As usual, child has only one parent, but parent has many childs. There are different advantages and disadvantages of the hierarchical database model. This model can be accessed and updated rapidly is the main advantage of hierarchical database model. And the disadvantage of hierarchical database model is that adding a new field or record requires that the entire database be redefined. The next subpoint is network database. Network database management system use a network structure to create a relationship between entities. That is, this model uses network structure to create a relationship between different entities. Network databases are mainly used on large digital computers. Network databases are hierarchical databases, but this is important, but unlike hierarchical databases where one node can have a single parent only, a network node can have a relationship with multiple entities. A network databases look more like a cobweb or interconnected network of records. It is one of the interconnected network of records. In network databases, children are called members and parents are called occupiers. Then what is the main difference between child and child or member? The difference between each child or member is that it can have more than one parent. Is the main difference between network and hierarchical database model. In relational database, This database is based on the relational data model, which stores data in the form of rows and columns and together forms a table. That is, we all know that the definition of table is a combination of rows and columns. Here is also same in relational model. The table is formed by rows and columns. That rows are called as tuples and columns are called as attributes, and the overall combined table is called as a relation. These databases are categorized by a set of tables where data gets fit into the predefined category. The table consists of rows and columns, where the columns has an entry of data for a specific category and rows contains instance for the data defined according to the category. The structured query language is the standard user and application program interface for a relational database. There are various simple operations that can be applied over the table, which makes these databases easier to expand. Like join two databases with a common relation and modify all existing applications. There are some popular softwares for relational database are MySQL, Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, etc. Next one is object-oriented database. What is object-oriented database? The object-oriented database model is an alternative implementation to that of relational model. An object-oriented database is similar in principle to an object-oriented programming language. You all know the object-oriented programming language. An object-oriented database management system is the hybrid application that uses a combination of object-oriented and relational database principles to process data. In short, we can say like object-oriented database is nothing but it is an addition of object-oriented programming plus relational database features equal object-oriented database model. Such databases represent data in the form of objects and classes. And you all know the definition of object and class. What is object and what is class? Object is a real world entity and class is a collection of that objects. On these terminologies, the object-oriented database is dependent. And the last one is an object relational database. Both relational data model and object-oriented data model are very useful, but it was felt that they both were lacking in some characteristics, and that's why work was started to build a model that was a combination of both, that is relational model and object-oriented database. Hence, as a result, object relational data model was created. An object relational model is a combination of object-oriented database model and relational database model, so that it supports objects, classes, inheritance, etc. just like object-oriented models, and has a support for data types, tabular structures, etc. like a relational data model. One of the major goals of object relational data model is to close the gap between relational databases and the object-oriented practices frequently used in many programming languages such as C, C++, C Sharp, Java, etc. There are some advantages of object relational database like inheritance, complex data types. Complex data types can be formed using existing data types and extensibility, etc. Also, if there is an advantage, there is also disadvantage of object relational model, because each coin has two sides, head and tail. Like that, if there are some advantages, then there are some disadvantages also. The object relational data model can get quite complicated and difficult to handle at times, as it is a combination of the object oriented data model and relational data model, and it utilizes the functionalities of both of them. This is the detailed overview of types of database. Now, next point is advantages of database system. First one is improved data sharing. An advantage of database management approach is the database management system helps to create an environment in which end users have better access to more and better managed data. Such access makes it possible for end users to respond quickly to changes in their environment. Next one is improved data security. As number of users increases, data transferring or data sharing rate also increases, thus increasing the risk of data security. We all know that users increases, data transferring, data sharing increases, and risk will get increased. It is widely used in corporation world where companies invest money, time and effort in large amount. For what purpose? To ensure data is secure and is used properly. A database management system provides a better platform for data privacy and security policies, thus helping companies to improve data security, which is most important. Next one is better data integration. What is better data integration? Wider access to well-managed data promotes an integrated view of the organization's operations. It becomes much easier to see how actions in one segment of the company affect other segment. Next advantage of database system is minimized data inconsistency. When data inconsistency exists, the answer is here. Data inconsistency exists when different versions of the same data appear in different places. I will give you one example. Data inconsistency occurs when student name is saved as Sharanya Bahirgunde on the main computer of school, but on teacher register systems same student name is Bahirgunde. Yes. The probability of data inconsistency is greatly reduced in a properly designed database. That is, if a database is properly designed, then data inconsistency can be greatly reduced, hence minimizing the data inconsistency. Here you can recall the example which I have given you, that is, in school's computer your name is different, that is full name is given, and in registers, teachers register, your name is in short, is called as a minimized data inconsistency. Next one is improved data access. The database management system helps to produce quick answers to database queries, thus making data accessing faster and more accurate. Like to read or update the data. For example, end users when dealing with large amounts of sale data will have enhanced access to the data, enabling faster sales cycle. There are some queries maybe like what is the increase of the sale in the last 3 months. The second will be what is the bonus given to each of the salespeople in last 5 months, or it may be how many customers have credit score of 850 or more. Means what? Such kind of advantage helps to produce quick answers to database queries. Next one is increased end user productivity. The data which is available with the help of combination of tools which transform data into useful information helps end user to make quick, informative and better decisions that can make difference between success and failure in the global economy is nothing but increased end user productivity. Next one advantage is improved central control. It is nothing but database provides facility to work centrally. The administrator can have control over the system and act accordingly. The next one advantage is improved decision making. What is decision making? Improved decision making. How it helps? How database helps us to improve our decision making? Like better manage the data and improved data access makes it possible to generate better quality information, and on which better decisions are based. Next, improved performance and throughput is nothing but database performance can be defined as optimization of resource use. For what purpose? To increase the throughput. Next one, improved efficiency and scalability. Database management systems are essential for business because they offer an efficient way of handling large amounts and multiple types of data. The ability to access data efficiently allows companies to make informed decisions quicker. And scalability means what? You all know that scalability is the ability to expand the computer resources to handle the exponential growth of work. It refers to the system's capability to handle and increase in load by increasing the total output when resources are added. Database scalability means the ability of systems database to scale up or down as per the requirement. If database is not scalable, then what happens? Then the process can slow down or even fail, which can be quite harmful to the business operations. These are the few advantages of database system. Why we say database system? Because the database software together with the database is called as a database system. Till now we have seen different benefits, that is advantages of database management systems, but it has certain limitations or disadvantages. Let's see various disadvantages of database system. First one is increased cost. How the cost is disadvantageous? First one we will see. In order to have a database system, we need to have a high-speed processor along with a large memory size, which requires an expensive hardware, and hence correspondingly expensive software also. And in order to convert our data into a database management system, we need to spend a lot, which adds on to the cost of database management system. And in order to work with database management system, we also required, most of the important is, trained and educated staff, and this also requires a good amount. So database system results in a costlier system. Do you get it? Why it is costly? Because it requires expensive hardware, expensive software, trained staff, educated staff, and the conversion of data into database takes a lot of cost. That's why it is costly. The second disadvantage is management complexity. Management complexity. Why disadvantage? Because as we all know that nowadays all companies are using the database management system, as it fulfills lots of requirement and also solves the problem. But a problem arises that is all these functionalities has made database management system an extremely complex software. For the proper requirement of database management system, it is very important to have a good knowledge of it by the developers, database administrators, designers, and also the end users. This is because if any one of them do not acquire a proper and complete skills, then this may lead to data loss or database failure. And this failure may lead to bad design decisions, due to which there may be a serious and bad consequences for the organization. So this complex system needs to be understood by everyone using it, as it cannot be managed very easily. All this shows that database management system is not a child's game. It's not a child's game of managing the database, as it cannot be managed very easily. It requires a lot of management skill. A good staff is needed to manage this database at times when it becomes very complicated to decide where to pick data from and where to save it. That's why the database system having management complexity more. Next one disadvantage is currency maintenance. What is currency maintenance? This is very necessary to keep our system current, because efficiency, which is one of the biggest factor and need to be overlooked, must be maximized. That is, we need to maximize the efficiency of database according to keep our system current. For this, frequent updation must be performed on all the components as new threads come daily. Database management system should be updated according to the current scenario. Also, security measures must be implemented. Due to advancement in the database technology, training cost tends to be significant. That is currency maintenance. Means, in short, your system must be in current situation. The next one disadvantage of database system is performance. Why performance is a disadvantage? Because traditional file system is written for small organizations and for some specific applications, due to which performance is generally very good. But for the small scale firms, database management system does not give a good performance as its speed is very slow. As a result, some applications will not run as fast as they could. Hence, it is not good to use database management system for the small firms because performance is the factor which is overlooked by everyone. If performance is good, then everyone, that is developers, designers, end users, will use it easily and it will be user friendly also. As speed of the system totally depends on the performance. So performance needs to be good for database. The next and last one disadvantage is frequency upgrade or replacement cycles. Nowadays, in this world, we need to stay up to date about the latest technologies, developments arriving in the market. Frequent upgrade of the products is done by the database management system vendors in order to add new functionality to the systems. New upgrade versions of the software often come bundled. Sometimes these updates also need hardware upgrades. Sometimes these changes and updates are so fast that the users find it difficult to work with the system because it is not easy to learn new commands and understand them again when the new upgrades are done. All these upgrades also cost money in order to train users, designers, etc. to use the new features. That is called as a frequency upgrade or replacement cycles. And now we will see the last point of today's session is applications of database system. First, database management systems are widely used in different areas. Some of the most common database applications are listed here. First one, banking. In banking system, we will use database management system. How? For storing customer information, tracking day-to-day credit and debit transactions, generating bank statements, etc. All this work has been done with the help of database management system. Next one is airline. In airline, how the database is used? To travel through airlines, we make early reservations. These reservations information along with flight schedule is stored in the database. Next, in universities, also database management system is used. Like examinations are done online today and universities maintain all these records through database management system. Students registrations details, results, courses and grades, all this information are stored in the database. Next one application is sales department. In sales department, to store customer information, production information and invoice details, we are using database management system. Next one is online shopping. You must be aware of the online shopping websites. There are different websites of online shopping like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. These sites store the product information, your address and preferences, credit details and provide you the relevant list of products based on your query or based on your request. All this involves database management system. The next one is manufacturing. In manufacturing, companies make product and sells them on the daily basis. To keep records of the details about the products like quantity, bills, purchase, supply chain management, database management system is used. The next one sector is education sector, where database management system is used. And how it is used? Database systems are frequently used in schools and colleges to store and retrieve the data regarding student details, staff details, course details, exam details, payroll data, attendance details, fees details, and so on. There is a lot amount of interrelated data that needs to be stored and retrieved in an efficient manner. The next one application is industry, where it is manufacturing unit, warehouse or distribution center. Each one needs a database to keep the records of ins and outs. For example, distribution center should keep a track of product units that supplied into the center as well as the products that got delivered out from the distribution center on each day. This is where database management system come into the picture. Next one is telecom. There is a database to keep track of information regarding calls made, network usage, customer details, etc. Without the database system, it is hard to maintain that huge amount of data that keeps updating every millisecond. And the next one is human resources management. Big firms have many workers working under them. Human resource management department keeps a record of each employee's salary, tax, and work through database management system. Here I have mentioned a few applications of database management system, and this list never going to end if we start mentioning all the database applications, database management system applications. So here we conclude our today's session. In today's session we are seeing that different types of database, advantages of database system, disadvantages of database system, and the various applications where database management system is used. In the next session we will meet soon with the new point, that is components of database. Thank you very much.